There we go. Okay. So, I shouldn't have to go through the full backstory, as by now you guys should know that you are hired mercs of the Hunters Guild. Save for Gundren,
but our fans might need to. The people who are just coming in might need to know.
Whatever, they'll understand shortly. But the last few sessions. The last few sessions, you all investigated strings of thefts that occurred on Abadar Road, found the perpetrators, eliminated them, and Gundren returned all of the stolen goods found. The most important part, of course, was the unfortunate death of Steve. However, luckily enough, you all were able to scrounge up every piece of gold you had. And yes, I did that. I don't know if everybody was here for this, but I did wipe all of your accounts back to zero because the ritual was actually higher of a level than I initially understood. But either way, I wiped all your gold clean in order to be able to perform that resurrection ritual with a couple of clerics at the Church of Ongrad.
But we weren't paid by the one guy yet, right?
You were not, correct. So with this week of downtime, before we actually do that, of course, we're going to go through, I guess, the immediate aftermath before said downtime, as you likely would probably want to talk to Kron. So, yeah, Steve is currently recovering at the Church of Ongrad. You guys have just finished the ritual. You saw Steve come back to life, blinking, staring into the sun, and yeah, the clerics are very happy. They bow to one another and to you four, and saunter off to whatever business they also have. Steve, you are incredibly weakened. If you do remember, you are debilitated. Not only are you cursed from the Obe, who has made your skin basically, you're basically monochrome. You're grays, whites, and blacks. Your whole skin and body just looks sickly. But also, the other debilitating factor is that in any tense or uncomfortable situation, you cannot help but to laugh uncontrollably, which mechanically will essentially mean you are going to take a -2 to deception and a -2 to something else I forgot. I did write it down, but for now we'll just either way. But that is your that is what happened as like a curse to your resurrection.
Got it.
But the three of you are all standing around. Well, Gundren actually walked off, so yeah, just the three, Marak, Worf, and Dan. You're standing around Steve's. Well, he's still on the altar. They haven't moved his body yet. By all means.
And he's just passed out.
Steve did wake up. Was able to say, leaned into the cleric's face and ask if he had heard anything about the thefts going around in the merchant's village before, yes, unfortunately, passing out again. But he's breathing, he's conscious, he is resting.
Then I think, is it expected that like Steve is probably just going to stay in here, or like can we just take him back to the Hunters Guild with us, where he can just stay in the in our kind of like.
That is actually your choice. It does look like the clerics have had said nothing to the fact one way or the other. It'd probably be best not to move Steve at this point, just until the clerics tell you to pick him up and move him. But no one has said anything.
Worf, Dan, what do you think we should do? We leave Steve here? I don't know. I don't really know this other guy. Gundren? The dwarf? I don't know him. He kind of just...
Are we good to just carry him with us?
I mean, are they really going to try and stop us?
I'm going to look at Dan.
I mean, if we ask nicely enough, I'm sure they'll let us take him.
True. Marak just kind of looks around. Hey, you, priest, who kind of helped us. Can we
Yes.
just take our friend? Get going?
I mean, you don't need to move him if you do not wish. He is more than welcome to stay here for his recovery. Our team of clerics will keep an eye on him.
Okay. We'd rather him just kind of be with us, his friends.
Then, very well, just be very gentle with him. His
Is
mind
there
is
anything we need
very
to be
adult.
giving him?
No, just lots and lots of sleep. Just make sure there's water by his bedside should he stir from his coma.
Sure, of course. Of course. Worf or Dan, are you guys able to, sorry, are you guys able to pick up Steve?
That's the main reason I looked at Dan. I want your opinion. I want your muscles.
We'll give him the good old heave ho and get him on out of there.
I love that. I want your opinion. I wanted your muscles. Yeah, I mean, between the two of you, easily. I mean, fuck, even just Dan alone has the strength enough to lift Steve over his shoulder. And either way, you guys do carry him out into the streets. And sure enough, you've got, about a 2 or 3 block distance from the guild that you got to make a way towards. But catching the eye of random passerbys who are just like, the fuck are you guys doing with that almost dead body? But yeah, whatever, it's not my business. But yeah, you make it back to the Hunters Guild. It's about mid-morning still, so very boisterous inside the guild.
We can just set him down on his cot, and then while I'm retraining Matt, I'm just like retraining right near him.
The entire week, then?
The entire week, wherever the area, like wherever Steve is sleeping, that's the area. I've like pushed everything to the side. I'm retraining with my bow and doing all of his stuff. Like, poor Steve is probably in the middle of his sleep, just hearing this, like just repeatedly over and over for hours and hours as I keep knocking and firing arrows into this like target I've made in the like barracks that we're sleeping at.
It's not really barracks so much as it is a tavern room, but fair enough. Yeah, you're still you're spending your time doing that. You guys do make it upstairs, obviously. Drop Steve off in his bed. Steve is still sleeping beautifully. Worf and Dan, anything you guys wanted to do? Marak just goes straight to setting up his little target board he's fashioning out of God knows what, but you're not too concerned about it, I'm sure.
Did we ever get the payment for the job? I think I should probably stop by and do that.
I will say no, you haven't.
I remember I kept mentioning going because Gundren was just wandering around collecting all of our pay, and it was pissing the Worf off. Pissing him out.
Well, he was getting like the little prizes from whenever people turned him in, but we never got the actual prize from the guild.
Yeah, I think we ended before, because I was like talking about going to collect that.
Okay. So Dan and Steve, or Dan and Worf, you guys head back out and down the stairs towards the guild master, who's once again just on his board making his little notes. Marak, are you following at this point, or are you just dead set on sticking next to Steve?
I probably would have been staying next to Steve. I probably would have just like made a comment to Dan and Worf of like, "Hey, I'll just collect the money from you guys later." So Marak would trust Worf and Dan at this point.
Okay. So Worf and Dan, you guys make it downstairs. Kron's at his board. No one's approaching him. Excuse me.
Go pay him that visit then.
All right. Well, howdy doody, guys. I heard you had a little nasty business.
Just a little bit. We got through it though.
Well, Steve, I'm sorry to hear what happened to him, but I'm really glad he's going to be well back in form within a week. For all the efforts involved, I'm going to pay each of you 150 gold pieces out of my own pocket. And this isn't through the guild. This was just a favor from me. I really appreciate everything you've done. So here's 150 gold piece for you each, Dan, and Worf. And I take it Marok's probably upstairs with Steve. I saw him come in, but
Yeah, he's still up there. Bringing his shit.
okay. Well, here's and he gives this to you, Dan. Here's an extra 150 gold piece for Marok, an extra 150 for Steve when he comes back. Take the next week off. I'm not going to put anything on your guys' plates for the time being. You guys rest up. We got a lot to talk about when you come back. I'm sure you remembered when I said this mission was completed, I was going to promote you all. So rest up. Do what you need to do. See me in a week when Steve's good to go.
That's 50 gold, you said?
150, yeah.
150, sweet.
So, Patty, can you add that I'm still wrapping up my dinner shit right now?
Oh, no,
I'm
that's
gonna
fine. Yeah, I got you.
be Plopping a squat here.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, so the week passes. Steve has come in and out of consciousness. Not really getting up, doing anything. Very, very sick for the first, 5 days. By the 6th and 7th days, he starts to look much, or I should say, for the first 4 days, he's pretty sickly. But by the 5th and 6th day, he's starting to kind of get up, move around a little bit. Marok's keeping his attention on him at all times. And then by the 7th day, Steve looks like 100% back to full fit and health. Again, as Marok, you've retrained your skill set. Dan, you've done whatever the fuck you were doing with your axe. And then Worf, like I said, if you want to earn income, we'll figure that out at another time.
Okay.
For the purpose of moving forward. I'm sorry?
Do I know that Steve laughs at uncomfortable situations now?
No, none of you do. Because he hasn't done it yet, but Steve, I will expect you to roleplay that out as necessary.
And when we say uncomfortable situations, are we mean uncomfortable situations for Steve, or what do we mean?
So the way I looked at it is that if Steve is trying, basically if there's any stressors to the situation, like if Steve's trying to lie to another person, or if they're in if you guys are, that's what it is, a -2 to stealth, because if you guys are trying to sneak around a place, Steve won't be able to help but laugh constantly through it.
So pretty much he's now Chris Custer.
Yes, he is Chucklefuck. He is 100% Chucklefuck.
I don't know if I ever told you guys a story about Chris moving to Portland.
Please tell them.
But he met me at a bar, and it was the day the kid was thrown off the 3rd floor of the Mall of America. And he was telling me and a friend the story, and he couldn't stop laughing while he was telling it. And my friend who'd never met him was like, "Why are you fucking laughing? That's awful." And he's like, "I know, no, it's awful." I was like, "Why are you like this, Chris?" They just didn't understand that he just laughs as he talks, pretty much. But yeah, that's the whole story.
Hopefully Chris isn't the one person that watches our stream.
Oh god, no.
No, I fucking called that moment out. If he is the person, hello, Chris, and yeah, that was fucking awful.
No, I thought you were gonna tell the story about the boss or manager, whoever was training him, and he couldn't help but keep chuckling. So he's like, "Listen here, Chucklefuck."
Yeah, no, I feel like that story didn't really go anywhere other than him being called Chucklefuck, and I thought it was funny.
It's just my favorite nickname. But anyways, so the 7th day has now come and passed. Steve, you are once again fully healed, well informed. Of course, you do take a -2 to your deception and stealth for your debilitation, but otherwise, yeah, the sun rises on another beautiful midsummer day. It's time to get working again.
So then we should probably go find Guildmaster Kron.
Sure. All right. Well, I take it that the four of you are gonna head down to breakfast together. And of course, yep, just as always, people shuffling in and out of the guild. You got Kron at the board, the two elf maidens at their respective desks, and the bartender at the bar. You guys approach Kron, and he turns around and, Steve, glad to see you.
Doing?
Glad to see you healthy again, friend.
Oh,
God,
thanks.
you don't look the best, but, well, that's okay. I still like you. Well,
Oh, thanks. I like you too, man.
Thank you. You're a good friend, Steve. Well, well, as I promised you all, with the help, with the business down on Abadar Road, not only did you guys get paid directly out of my pocket, but as I also mentioned, I am going to be promoting your status to the guild as senior operatives. And Guildcron, of course, reaches into one of his apron pockets and pulls out a little case that he opens up, and inside are a couple of badges, and he's handing one to each of you. And this promotion, of course, comes with many responsibilities and pleasures in itself. As SOs of the Hunters Guild, you will be given top priority in all high-valued targets and quests. You will also be able to take on up to 3 tasks at any given time. Furthermore, should the guild recruit new members, or you yourselves have recruits in mind, you will have the authority to sign off on their completion of their first task, as Kuno was to you all.
I hated Kuno.
And indict them into the guild. Carrying this badge, you have the level of authority equivalent to the captain of the guards, but only in Novar. Excuse me, sorry.
Is that character? Or is that...
Just too much ale this morning, fella. Sorry.
Ale or pizza rolls?
Actually, none of that. Just some Coke. Coca-Cola.
Oh, God. I didn't say, damn, they partied, John.
But only in Novar. What that entails will mean you have first access to classified information, passage into, through, and out of quarantined or restricted roads and settlements, and can arrest individuals and deliver them to the local magistrates or constables. Of course, this power can be stripped away as quickly as it's given. The Hunters Guild is Novar's most sophisticated private military company and its foremost power in foreign operations and negotiations. To be a senior member is held with the highest honor. With that, you will not be allowed, nor will it be at all tolerated, to abuse this power given to you. Any malicious or evil dealings while represented as an SO of the Hunters Guild will also be punished by the full extent of the law, including execution. Is this all understood?
Yes.
Yep.
Do you have any questions?
So say we did something that we thought was right at the time, and then it's kind of obviously not a good idea. Would it still be stripped, and will I still be killed?
I will be the discretion for that matter.
Is this Guildmaster Kron talking to us?
Yes. I am
So,
Guildmaster Kron.
I can't remember. Guildmaster Kron. So he is obviously the highest ranking in the guild, right?
Correct. Yes, he is the guild master. He's the owner and operator of Hunters Guild. Kron. K-H-R-O-N. Kron.
K-H-R-O. Okay, Guildmaster Kron. So he gave us all of this shit. So he giveth, he can taketh. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
But yes, again, I will repeat. Per my discretion, should matters have any type of gray area, I will be making the final call on that.
And we could just pretty much arrest anyone?
Worf, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to get a little worried. Like, I was all right this morning.
I'm more curious. Say there's a city guard that we catch doing some dirty business. Can we arrest a city guard?
Yes, you may.
All right.
But
how about like a mayor and he's doing some dirty business? Can we arrest the mayor?
Of course.
How about the guildmaster and he's caught doing some dirty business? Can we arrest the guildmaster?
Listen, I won't go down without a fight, but you can try.
Are you doing dirty business?
Worf, I appreciate the upness in your attempts to
sir,
get
I
on with
said
business.
I said a guildmaster, I didn't say you, and you just kind of injected
This is the only
yourself
town
into
that we have. This is the only town that we have authority in.
Not just
Shut up,
this.
Steve.
Well,
you could talk.
Oh my god. Well, actually, to correct you there, Steve, Novar is actually the country. We're in Alta Nova, the city.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Thank you. All right, good. Well, let's continue on then. Steve, be careful moving forward, okay? First, you had that cult of Urgathoa, and now you had some Caligny of the Deep. So you guys need to keep Steve close, okay? You can't go down again.
I think I'll be fine. Well, it's got to turn around soon, right?
That's a good attitude. I'm glad of that outlook. All right. So, as I told y'all, now that you're seniors in the guild, I have handpicked some great assignments for you all to take on in whatever order you would like to complete. Some might make more sense than others in which order you would like to, but use your best discretion. So, and Kron turns back to the board, picks off 3 different pieces of paper. This one. We have reports of an undead outbreak coming from the Akala research facility far south in the islands. One of the survivors, a professor who was visiting the island, sent us word and is requesting rescue, along with eliminating the undead. Purging the undead and rescuing the professor will reward you all 200 gold piece each. I will personally throw an additional 20 gold piece for each additional survivor you are able to bring back to the mainland.
How much per survival?
20 gold piece. Next, we have a request from one of the counselors himself. Those who know, Novar is actually represented by counselors. There's no king and queen. Anyways, that was DM voice. This is Kron voice. Councilman Nordahl has reported his daughter missing. He has strong beliefs, but has refused to share with us why. That Valeran agents stole her in the night and are holding her at a settlement deep in the Damawi desert. Her return will net you all as well 200 gold piece each. He has also thrown in an extra 50 gold piece each for the head or heads of the Valerans who kidnapped her.
Wait, this is okay. We're getting more and more quests all at the same time. Got it. Okay, so this is not related to the act.
Yeah, we're
No.
choosing between them.
Lastly, and he shuffles to the last piece of paper. A historian by the name of Walden from Maasai is, and Peter, I'm sure you're starting to realize and click in when I said I was over prepared. So anyways, back it up. Lastly, a historian by the name of Walden from Maasai is requesting an escort crew for an expedition into the Great Eld Jungle. Supposedly an ancient temple has been discovered, and the historian is chasing an artifact said to be hidden within it. He is willing to part a share of his venture profits, which, by my calculations, should be to the tune of about 250 gold piece each, for successfully exploring the temple, recovering the artifact, and returning Walden safely back to Maasai. With this, he's going to take the paper and he's actually going to hand it, like all three of them, out. Hold his hand out so whoever wants to grab it.
Yoink.
But that's the 3 quests I have for you all for now. Again, you can choose whichever ones you would like to do to start with. You can do each one and return after. You can do them all at once and collect a big pay at the very end. Doesn't matter. You decide from here, heroes. Any questions before you all head out?
I'm bad at math. Which one pays the most?
It depends. So if you're looking for just a quick, easy payout, the historian from Masai in his expedition into the jungle pays a flat 250 gold piece. However, if you head to the Akala research facility and purge the undead, your base pay is 200 gold piece, but if you collect even 3 additional survivors, I will give you an additional 20 gold piece for each survivor you return with. And then, of course, you do have as well the missing daughter, who will base pay 200 gold piece, but then an additional 50 for the heads of the Valerans. So up to maximum 250 gold piece as well. But
I feel
again,
like if we do the undead one, we should definitely prepare and get some sort of like potions or something like that that'll help us with fighting undead. So I definitely feel like if we're going to do that one, we should prepare a little bit.
once again, Marok's beak is surprisingly missing from his face, so it's just kind of fucking weird. I don't lie.
One more question.
Yes, Worf.
Do we have power over lesser ranked in the fighting guild? Like, say I'm making an arrest and I need some help because it's a bigger guy. Can I call on lesser ranks to help me?
Well, I mean, of course, we're all mercenaries together at the end of the day. I'm sure any of our brothers would be willing to assist you if it's a rightful and just arrest.
Okay.
So you're saying we could ask Kuno lug around all of our stuff.
No,
We chose to.
that I unfortunately
But
cannot
it was
offer
for the
you.
mission. Like, we needed him to hold all of our stuff because he lost our war can. We don't have it anymore. So we need someone to hold all of our things.
At this point, Worf is giving you, or Worf, Kron is giving you all kind of like that like almost disappointed dad stare. And look, guys, I mean, Kuno's busy, okay? You ain't lugging Kuno around. If you really want to recruit and you want someone to lug all your garbage around with you, you're gonna have to go out and recruit a hunter for us.
What rank is Kuno? I'm sorry. What rank is Kuno again?
Well, he was a senior operative before somebody got him demoted. I won't say who, I'm not going to point fingers, but you know who you are.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Sidebar. Only players. This is out of game. Did we get him demoted? I don't remember that.
Yeah, we
Yes, yes, you guys
I never-
100% did.
I never met Kuno.
How did we get him
I don't
demoted?
think.
did. I feel like it might have been Little O Me. I can't remember that.
It was
What did you-
100% was Worf, yes.
Yeah.
So,
I don't remember.
Because I think I overcharged. I just lied a bunch, and then he had to pay a bunch of money. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Jesus, I forgot that.
yes, basically, you guys were able to get Warcan for free because it was supposed to be paid for by the guild, is what Worf was able to deceive with successful rolls through. And then when it came time to talk to Kron about it, he also was able to he technically failed his deception roll, but Kron went through with it. But that's why Kron, like, he knows what's up, but at the end of the day, he doesn't have to prove. Except for what the guild lady told him. Or the stable lady told him.
So, wait, Guildmaster Kron, with all due respect then, what is Kuno's rank then?
He's a fledged member.
I kind of look over at Worf and kind of give him one eyebrow up and down, like 3 or 4 times, and just kind of like smirk a little bit with my beak.
Smack the bird in the arm.
Marak, can you give me a deception check real fast?
I would love to.
Okay, as expected, thank God. Kron kind of steps just ever so slightly forward, closer to you, Marak, and puts an arm on your shoulder, and you don't have additional powers over any other members of the guild. And he steps back.
I feel like that's the exact opposite of what you just said. All right, fine, whatever. We don't have additional powers over any other guild members. And then again, look over at Worf and kind of just give him like a small little air quotes with my feathers.
Oh my God.
So, say that we're on one side of something and we need to get to the other side of something. Could we call in lesser ranks to make a human bridge so we can get across it? Possibly putting their lives at risk?
I'm not gonna lie, it is gonna take me a lot of ale today to forgive myself for what I've done. Y'all better skedaddle.
Yeah, let's make some arrests, boys.
Just and righteous arrests.
Hey, I say we only do one of these quests at a time because my brain cannot. Maddie was typing and he was like, "Well, you haven't chosen a quest yet." And I go, well, "Why the fuck am I typing?" Well,
I had an idea. Sorry, Ryan.
What did he give us badges or something? You said, or what did he?
Yes,
superior officer badges.
Badges. All right. Thanks. All right, bye, Kron. Thanks for the friendship badge.
You're welcome, you beautiful, beautiful elf.
Guys, we should probably prioritize these in terms of what needs to be done time-wise first, right? For the survivors and for the kidnapped daughter, those are going to be more time sensitive if we're trying to make that money.
True.
Than the exploring.
Good point.
What if 2 of us did one, 2 of us did another, and then another did the last one?
Not a good idea splitting us up like that.
I'm gonna pause the game real quick. And again, at the end of the day, the freedom of choice is 100% on you guys.
I only said that as a fuck you to the DM.
I know, and I was gonna say I will fucking hate you, but you have every
Just
right to
making you
do so.
play every single thing.
I mean, I have all the maps ready. You do what you want, baby. But
which one did you want to go with, Steve?
Well, I was saying either because the one was just to explore an area, right? There wasn't anything like time sensitive with that one. The historian one.
Correct. Yes. The expedition didn't necessarily have a time. Like you're not saving anybody or doing anything for that.
But the other 2 is a kidnapped person. Most crimes that aren't solved within the first 48 guys don't get solved at all. So
yeah, but at the same time, too, survivors are probably getting infected with a.
And that was the other thing with that one as well. Our bonus decreases.
I say zombies first.
By the day.
Yeah, my vote is zombies because if it gets really, really bad, we could have even worse things on our hands than just a missing woman. Like we could have a zombie outbreak or something like that. So we should do the zombies first.
Okay, but the other thing to remember is that the zombie one. Correct me if I'm wrong on these numbers, Matt. I might be misremembering. But the zombie one, guys, we get 200 for clearing out the zombies, and then a bonus of 20 for each survivor that we find.
Bonus 200.
No. So. Oh, sorry. Continue.
And then the missing person, we get 200 for finding the missing person. And then a bonus for killing the people that took her. But if we can't find that person at all, then we don't get anything. So I don't know which one makes the most sense to do first, but that's just the things to take into consideration. as I see it.
I feel like Barack is still going to be pushing the zombie one just because like the needs of the many are going to be outweighing just the needs of this one woman. Hey, there's one missing girl. Like I feel bad about it. I do. It sucks. But I mean, like, for the day, there's going to be a shit ton of people that are going to be infected by the zombies, and so we got to go help them. That's where my
How did the zombie outbreak start again, Matt? Did he say?
He didn't say no.
Where was it at?
It was in a research
Buffalo
facility.
research facility.
Yeah, it was, basically it was
facility.
down.
You guys think these guys might have brought it upon themselves?
I mean, they might have. I mean, that's not bad. But here's the thing: is it really the people's fault who got infected? Like, is it? Matt? Did he make it seem like it's only the researchers that got affected, or is it like the surrounding area, like villagers or something?
Nope, quite literally, all he said was that there was a outbreak at the Akala research facility in the islands south of Novar. So
Secluded island research facility. And they just happen to have a zombie outbreak.
But I will say, not, and this is just as an aside, this isn't to swing you one way or the other. The person who requested rescue was a researcher or a professor visiting the island, not necessarily one of the researchers. But anyways, sorry, I will shut up. You guys have talking to do.
No, we can do the
Before
zombie
we
again.
do the zombie one, you guys want to rebrand ourselves as like something cool, sounding like stars members?
Fuck off. Fuck off so much. I will die on this hill that I had this planned
Before
a
Resident
year.
Evil was a thing?
No. Because yes, if you think about it, it does sound like I came up with this on the fly after playing Resident Evil 4, the remake. That is not true. I've had this as a planned event for
Since
like
you saw
a year
the
and a half.
first Resident Evil movie.
Fuck off. But yes, either way.
That
So
TV show was just so much.
I wanted to make it clear. I didn't just try to completely rip off Resident Evil 4.
we get in there. He's like, you hear villagers. Bordel. Like, gives you the exact voice. as
There's an
Resident Evil 4.
Australian merchant there somehow.
Everybody has, all the zombies have fled for some reason. One of you, I don't know which one it is, one of you says, where's everybody go? Bingo?
Right now, when we get there, I need to cast Detect Alignment on the residents.
They're evil.
All right.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Sorry.
regardless, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Sounds like a good choice.
Alright, let's go befriend some zombies, guys. Here we go.
What kind of preparations were you thinking there?
Well, fuck. I mean, to be honest, it would be something I'd have to like really wanted to look some shit up. I know there's some like potions like is it like holy oil or something like that? Look it up. Matt, how would you feel if as we're going, you like I can like look it up as we're playing and then I like buy some of that shit?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, before you guys leave Altanova, it's very much assumed that you guys are going to clearly make the purchases that you need to down back at Abadar Road. So by all means, like, I'm not going to hold you to it to look it up right this second. But yes, so if there are any preparations that you guys need to make, if you have anything else to add, then please, by all means, do so right now.
Need to buy some healing potions, and if they got it, some holy water.
Holy water.
I mean, it's safe to say, yes, the apothecary that you guys just helped out is more than happy to assist you with getting the potions and oils you need. And then holy water, I mean, obviously just stop at the Church of Angrad or the Church of Sarnray or the Church of Abadar and grab some holy water. You guys can easily get those items just as well.
Hey, Patty, how do we buy things on this?
I'll help you.
Okay.
Our characters aren't even up on the screen right now.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, I should probably drop those in.
I buy it right now.
I exist.
Oh shit, we can literally buy all this right now with all of us. Maddie, would you be okay if we each bought a disrupting rune?
I mean,
There's 150 gold pieces exactly.
you can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your fucking money to spend. But
What it does, boys, it's a disrupting weapon, pulses with positive energy, dealing 1d6 positive energy to undead. And technically, we all can do it because I believe we all have a.
Does that all have
Weapon.
endless use?
Yeah, 100%. It's just on your weapon.
It's like having a
What?
flaming weapon, but it's just specifically undead killing.
now,
Am I able to pop it on and off?
I will say, Worf, you. So yes. Just Thomas. I'll speak to you directly. So yes, you can swap runes, but you, as a player, as a person, cannot. You don't have the craft checks to do so. Well, at least not right now.
I would have to get it like done in town before going out.
I mean, you can do it, yes, but he's not going to be good enough.
Wait, who? Me and Rock?
No,
my current
Worf. I'm talking to Thomas directly,
That's only
Peter.
fire damage, right?
So you would have to remove the flaming. If you're going to do it on your rapier, you'd have to remove the flaming.
I think I might keep that. I feel like fire and zombies usually aren't friends. Isn't it already a 1d6, or is it different in Pathfinder? And
No, it's a
fire and zombies get along.
I think it's a 1d6 additional. But Peter, correct me if I'm wrong. His spear, which has returning as well, couldn't also be disrupting returning, could it?
What's his weapon? It's a +1 striking.
He's got a +1 striking flaming rapier, and then he's got what's called a gluttonous spear, which is basically a +1 striking returning spear.
He can't, no, because he has the it's a property rune. You can only have one property rune
Right.
per bonus.
Which
So he's got
I
+1.
figured. I just didn't want to say it incorrectly. So, yes. So
You're right.
you would have to remove runes. You would have to either remove your flaming, or you would have to remove your returning on your subsequent weapons. Or just rock what you got, which is already powerful.
And
I
just so
think
you
I
know what
will
exists,
say that.
there's a thing called a rune stone, which you can basically temporarily hold the enchantment on that stone. So you can shuffle them around using those too, and just kind of hold on to them for later.
Yeah.
Tony or
I got booted from the server. Did that happen to anyone else?
You all look like you're here still.
Mine
think
just
so.
popped this site can't be reached.
Try to refresh it then and see if it pops back in.
Yeah, I already did. It didn't happen. I'm gonna try reloading from the Facebook chat though.
Is everybody else here? Are you guys able to do other stuff?
Yeah, it might be because I'm using Mozilla Firefox, with the most recent update.
I am using
I can still
Google Chrome.
Yeah.
I heard Chrome was just as good as Firefox.
No, definitely not, dude.
Guys, stop. Losers. Lose our.
This is the fucking ad, Maddie. I'm obviously having a hard time with Google Chrome, so I'm pretending that, I did a foolish thing while Ryan hits it home on the sponsorship.
My God.
Yeah, but I'm still booted.
I don't know how to help you, honestly. I really
I'm
don't.
trying. Hold on.
Well, I mean,
continue, I'll just-
I was gonna say at the end of the day, it's not like we're in a battle right now. So
Your little guy's on my screen.
The item level, you must be
Sorry, you're a big, strong guy.
proficiency. Crafting. Okay, Maddie, I can go ahead and change the our runes because the rune is only a level 5. I
right.
should be able to do it, but what tools do I need? Because that's gonna change shit up.
I mean, I would say with only having exactly 150 gold pieces, you won't be able to succeed
I guess
in
the
your
question I'm
adventure.
having is can someone else buy them, give them, then I can essentially be our crafting player on my backpack.
Yeah.
Are you asking Matt or are you asking us?
I'm asking y'all. Like, would you want me to do that? Because I think I also have. I thought I had like some.
Do you want to do that, Marak?
Yeah, I'd like to go. I'd love to go.
All right, then. Yeah, man, you can have the money. Here you go. How much is it?
Well, no. So I'm gonna buy the disrupting rune. Then
I don't need that shit.
I think I'm gonna need. Yeah.
You
Well,
don't.
Actually,
You don't need to actually So you don't need to. You don't have. There's not a specific tools set, but the cost of materials is 10% of the rune's price. So you would need an additional 15 gold piece worth of material. It doesn't say what material. It just says it's
no,
10.
not an additional. No. You use. No. You use 10%. Are you gonna do exactly what the book does, Matt? Or are you gonna do the rules that I gave you?
I don't know what
Like,
rules
roll
he
for
gave
it.
you. I don't.
The rules I gave you was just basically like if you roll for it, you succeed, you only have to spend half. Versus the rules in the book is you have to spend 4 days. And I'm not actually spending. I don't want to create it. I just want to apply it to our weapons.
Well, let's just move forward. We'll argue semantics later. I'm not going to bore Thomas and Ryan and Tony for this. Okay.
I live for this kind of conversation.
No,
dude.
you don't.
I wake up in the morning.
We'll talk semantics later. Just Steve's gonna give you his money anyways, so that you can get that disrupting rune slapped on your longbow, and then yes, moving forward, by all means, be that crafting guy you would like to be.
Right. Bye.
But anyways,
Keep
yeah.
going.
So you
I'm gonna
guys, yeah, by all means, moving forward. You guys have all your preparations. You have your oils, your healing potions, your holy water, your rune or runes if others are also purchasing disrupting runes. You know the quests you'd like to do. What are you going to do?
We decided the zombie. We're doing the zombie.
Yeah, we're going for the zombie one.
Okay.
But just to double check, can I also pick up a +1 striking warhammer along the way?
By all means, you can grab whatever you would love to, baby.
Okay.
Oh yeah, shit. You're right, Tony. It's gonna be zombies, so they're gonna be good against. Can I do a recall knowledge, Matt?
Sure. What would you like to know?
Weaknesses, resistances of like these possible zombies that we could possibly interacting with.
Yeah. Go ahead and let's see.
Religion. Be religion.
Okay. Go ahead and make that check. Whoa, Tony's doing some Warhammer stuff. All right.
Hitting the wrong button.
But that's actually fine because zombies is luckily when it comes to zombies, or I should say undead, in Pathfinder 2e, the lore behind them is pretty universally well known. So even with your 14, you actually succeeded your check there for it. As far as any immunities, they are definitely immune to death effects, disease, mental, paralyzation, poison, or unconscious. Basically anything mental and or disease. And then they are always very much weak to positive damage. And they are also weak to slashing damage. They bleed out very easily.
Okay. Yeah. Who is it? Steve. Steve?
Yes.
Are you okay if I use some of your money to grab myself a runes for my dagger then?
Yeah, dude. How much you need?
Yeah, I think I would need 100 on. Oh God, I don't want to eat up all your money. It'd be 100 gold I would need.
Yeah, you can have 100 gold, man. Sure thing, no problem.
Ah, Steve, no, that's not okay. Too much. Hey, you keep it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Just let me know if you change your mind.
Would you
Got you,
accept
dude.
50 from me and 50 from Steve?
Guys.
If it's gonna help the party.
All right. I'm gonna get. By the way, I'm gonna get a repair kit because I can be using that to like. Who uses shields in this party?
Me.
Perfect. I'm gonna get that, and then I'm also gonna get a +1 striking dagger. Then fine, fair enough. Do that. And actually, can I get a? Okay, let's do it. Myself a repair kit.
Oh, and Peter,
How do you apply to the properties to the weapons again? I don't quite remember.
you have to go. You have to go. Well, I'll help Tony first. So with the plus, you already have it. +1 striking great axe. What else were you gonna do to it?
No, I was going to get a warhammer with the same things.
Oh, you're gonna get a warhammer with the same thing. So if you go into your edit, it's under details. So and then material composition and runes. I'll do it for you real quick. Potency +1, striking,
Okay.
and
Okay.
done. Cool. And Peter, I do apologize. You were right. I was reading further. I was talking about transferring runes, which was a totally different rule set. So we'll deal with the crafting stuff later, though. We'll just say for the time being, just put the disrupting rune on your weapon, and we'll figure out the price and time it took you to do it later.
Okay. Hey, you just told Tony how to do this. I have to do in my gear, right?
Yep.
To change it.
You go into inventory. You go into the weapon you're trying to add the rune to, and then it's.
I see it.
Okay,
I'm good to go.
perfect. All right.
Good to
So
go.
great. So you guys are all prepared. You know the objective. Bless you.
Thank you.
Get in the Warwick can. Get ready to move on out.
All right. So, yep, the Warkin is sitting at the stable at the Hunters Guild. It's already been pulled out for you by the lovely gnome stable lady, who's pulled it out and parked it, ready for you guys to hop on in and get on the road.
Yep. Well, are you ready, compadres?
Let's do it.
I think I'm ready to go.
All right. Who's hopping in? Who's hopping on? Who's driving?
I'm fucking driving.
I'll be on.
I'll be assisting him with driving.
No. Wait, how many can we fit on? I guess if you're helping the driving, then I can be in then.
Yeah, I was gonna say you two people need to be in. 2 people can be on passenger/driver. So you got Worf with the reins. You got Marak keeping an eye out, and then Steve and Dan, you guys make yourselves comfortable inside the caravan. You start heading out. Worf, do you even know where you're going?
I'm just taking off, assuming everyone kind of knows where we're going, but no, I don't.
Marak, do you know where we're going?
Maybe as we leave town,
I'm assuming I can do survival to go ahead and do.
You guys can either. So the both of you, Marak and Worf, please either give me a survival check to understand the roads and the general direction you're heading, or society to know which roads to take and which town you're trying to get to.
Society.
Wow.
Tonight, Thomas.
So you guys, Worf, you take off. You guys head towards the south gates because you know generally when you consult the world map that obviously to get to the islands you need to go south. So you leave out the south gates and you're heading down south. But every crossroads you guys take, you guys are arguing back and forth, bickering amongst each other. Marak saying going left. Worf, you turn it right anyways, just to spite him. And you guys, unfortunately, inevitably do get a little lost and confused. And unfortunately, you waste a day's travel trying to get to where you're going to. And in fact, both of you with your skill check don't even know where you're going. So evening dawns and you're just in the middle of nowhere amongst the Novar plains and forests, and you guys kind of have to just park it for the night, unless, actually, before I even say that, unless you guys want to keep
anything, man. It says I have no vision on this.
Oh,
one.
my bad. Thank you. Thank you. Let me fix that. I am so sorry. I thought I fixed all of these. Anyways, but yeah, you guys are traveling, and it's getting late evening and sun setting. If you want to keep going, by all means you can. Of course, the two of you will be fatigued, but Dan and Steve, you both can sleep and do whatever. But either way, it's getting evening time. What are you guys gonna do?
We've been traveling
should we
our
just-
48 hours.
You guys have been traveling for hours and hours. You've essentially been circling between the two of you, bickering back and forth which way you're supposed to even go. That unfortunately, you guys have gotten yourselves lost along the paths, in the general south direction. But for the most part, you've skipped a few too many roads that are now no less known to you than others, and you're kind of confused as to where you are. So it is getting late
Alright.
evening. You guys
I'm
can
not
stop
showing
for the
that,
night.
but I'm gonna suggest kind of knock on the door and say, "All right, y'all, it's getting late. Should we sleep for the night? Kind of get our bearings in the morning."
Sounds like a good idea, Worf.
Okay, so you guys. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I was just gonna say we should set up our tent shit.
Okay. Yeah, and I will continue with that. And yeah, you guys do eventually go on the trail just for a few more minutes until you finally find like a little paddock or a little space off the main road that you guys feel comfortable. You can safely set up camp. You get everything together, and if any of you want to rotate shifts, if you're all going to sleep at the same time, either way, you'd have to spend 10 hours before the next morning. Who's going to go first?
I don't mind going first.
Perfect. Well, everybody else, you all get settled in. If there's any other late night activities you guys wanted to do before bed.
I want to see if those weird, creepy bones of Steve could still dance.
Oh, we're about to find out, my friend.
I would need
I'm
a
gonna-
performance check,
I'm
baby.
gonna
Oh, wait, I
perform some
can't.
music, just kind of slapping my knees and clapping my hands.
Where's my? I don't have my.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Steve. You guys are right. I wasn't expecting a
There we
performance.
go.
But there we go. We'll slap both of you on here real quick. Yeah, give me a performance check from both of you.
You're as good as I've always been.
So Worf, you're drumming along in rhythm, and Steve, what kind of dance are you trying to perform right now?
The robot, which I don't think is even a concept in this world. So
So you
maybe I'm doing it perfectly, and just nobody understands me yet.
I mean, that is true. Yeah, you do attempt some type of robotic dance move that you kind of, I mean, there are androids in this universe, so you're kind of
that's
trying to
true.
mimic said androids, but not too many people even know what androids are. So yeah, Worf, I'm sorry, but this dance just looks bad.
Oh, I'm gonna say, "God damn, look at him go! Look at him go!
Oh, thanks,
I'm just-
man.
You're looking good, Steve."
Thanks, you too, Worf.
Alrighty, so you guys expend one of your rations, and you eat up a good meal before heading to bed. Worf, you kind of sit out and perch up in a good spot to kind of keep watch out on everything, and for the most part, it's relatively quiet. Nothing going too heavy-handed on you. Yeah, no, it's looking pretty quiet. So your 2 hours pass. Who are you gonna wake up?
Dan.
Wake up and take the next shift.
Okay, yeah. Well, so then Worf kicks you, wakes you up. Yeah, hop on out of your tent, put your gear back on, head out, take the watch. You once again, yeah, pretty quiet for you for the most part. 2 hours just goes right past by, and you're like, thank God, and just ready for sleep again. Who are you gonna wake up and take the next shift?
Let's wake up Marek.
You kick the bird awake, and sure enough, he and hops up.
Grooming some of my feathers.
Um,
And kind of just checking out my my snare book, reading over it,
Yeah.
perusing it, being like, "Oh yeah, how do I? What do I do to build this stuff again?" Okay, that's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're kind of keeping an earful out, just in case any danger comes by. And I mean, there have been some midnight passerbys, but for the most part, they've been staying to themselves, and you guys have been staying to yourselves. You know, it's just a nice, quiet forest overall. But yeah, your 2 hours are up. You're ready to hit the sack again. You know that Dan kicked you awake. Who are you going to wake up?
And I know that Worf was the one who had first watch.
Yes.
So then I'm going to go ahead and wake up then Steve.
Yep. So you kick Steve. You kick Steve. I was really hoping you didn't ask me that question. I was really hoping you might accidentally kick the wrong person. But anyways, that's fine. That's fine. That's cool. You kick Steve awake, and Steve, it's your turn to keep watch. And you got another 2 hours. Dawn has broke over the crest there of the hills, and the sun's starting to get sitting pretty for you. It's actually, you're fully rested. So you're just kind of staring off into the distance, wondering how you can make friends more efficiently. But yeah, wow, not a single over 50. So good job. Yeah, everything's been nice and quiet, and it's time to clean up camp and get back on the road there.
All right, let's
Perfect.
do it.
Can I kind of realign my survival check and see if I could kind of figure out a better direction
I think
sense of direction?
yeah, I think between the two of you, you guys could probably figure out where you are. So if you want to give me that.
Could you? Oh, jeez. Could you drop my token, Maddie, so I can roll
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm so sorry. What am I thinking?
it?
But Dan and Steve, you guys kind of climb in. Worf, you kind of you lick your pointer fingers, stick it up in the air, try to feel the wind against it, see which way north is. I'm just gonna wait for
You wanted me
Marox.
to do survival or society on this one, Maddie?
Either. Well, actually, yes.
do we
At
sense direction?
this point, you kind of need to sense direction because you guys have gotten yourselves lost.
Lend him my compass.
I'm gonna knock on the door and be like,
Yeah.
"You guys, I'm gonna be honest. We're fucking lost. We're screwed. I think we're gonna die out here. I have no fucking idea where we are."
Rock looks at you, Worf, and goes, "Hey. Talk like that. You did great, dude. You did great." And he takes one of his like little feathers, pops it out of his like out from his neck, and goes, "Here, shh." He like puts it near your cheek and like rubs it gently. He goes, "Just hold on to it. You feel uncomfortable or anxious."
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I didn't know. I didn't know where we were.
I saw that, right?
Steve just loves this shit. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I didn't know where the fuck we were yesterday.
I know where we're going. Matt, do I know
Days
where
worth
we're
of
going?
travel.
Yes,
Yeah,
you do.
like, oh, my. Okay. Hey, I know where we're going, Worf. We're going this way. And I just
Okay,
take the,
I know. I
take a
said that
different.
yesterday, and I was lying. Do you actually know where you're going?
Yeah, I know. I know where we're going. I take take one of my feathers, pluck a different one off. And I goes, "Look, check it out." And I blow it, and it blows perfectly in the direction we need to go. We're going that way.
Yeah,
I
it
grab
actually
the
does.
reins and go, whoosh, crack it.
All right, you guys set off, and actually, surprisingly, Maroc, once you did get a sense of direction and get the reins pulling and knowing where you are, you guys, while you didn't really know where you were going and you were kind of taking different roads than you should have, you stayed mostly on the path. You actually were heading pretty well south towards where you think you need to go. But of course, do you even know where you're going? I would like a society check from either of you, since Steve and Dan are just enjoying the ride right now. Do you even know where you're headed, where you're supposed to even go at this point? Worf, you don't. But Maroc, yes. So obviously, to get down to the islands, you need to go to the southernmost city on the mainland, which you know as I'm sorry
On the map.
if I mispronounce this. I'm sorry, but Gazrez Wharf, which is pretty much a port city, a port town. And I'm sorry, you had to head a little bit east first and then south. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the map now. I just realized my faux pas. But you do head east and then south some more. And you know you're supposed to head to Gozer's Wharf, which is a port town. It's your typical fisherman's city, what have
We're
you.
eventually trying to get to this island map that's got the red,
You don't
like diamond.
actually, unfortunately, you didn't ask the right questions to Kranzi. You don't know which island you need to go to.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Sorry.
We
The
can
town,
talk to
the
when we get there.
yeah. But you do know, yes, the islands themselves have different towns on them. But nobody really said if the research facility was on an island that had a town, if it was on its own secluded island. No, the question was never asked, so unfortunately you don't know the answer, one direction or the other. But you do at least know, yeah, getting to Gazra's Wharf and asking around would probably be the hottest take. Well, it's not even a hot take. It's like a mild take. It's like what you should do.
What's the name
Anyways,
of this port town called again?
Gazrez, like the god Gazre, Gozreh, Wharf. Gazre's Wharf. It's his wharf. He owns it.
Got it.
Perfect. So you get down to Gaz. You guys are traveling the day, and it's getting pretty late again. Marak, you know exactly which roads to take. Wharf, you're just kind of there enjoying the ride. You guys are passing by a bunch of people who are now taking the right road towards Gazra's Wharf, of course, passing through the many little villages and settlements. And it's probably late evening, not quite sunset, but it's late evening when you do finally pull into Gazra's Wharf. And as you could expect, Gazra's Wharf is exactly how you would expect it to be. It's a typical port.
British town.
Shut up! I colored those blue, motherfucker.
Yeah, leave them alone.
God, you know, and
finding
what's
landscape shots can be hard sometimes.
I was gonna say, what's fucked up is that I spent so many like hours trying to find the right landscape shots that I was like, oh, no one would really like make fun of me for this one. Whatever, I'll just color them blue, and nobody will point out the flags clearly.
Brian is just an asshole.
But yeah, thanks. But yeah, so you guys make it to Gozreh's Wharf. It's late evening, not quite sunset, probably like 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. Plenty of people working about, you know, pulling in their haul for the day's work. And merchants either closing up shop soon or have already closed shop. But there you are. You're right on the port. You see many a dozen ships and many, even a dozen more ports as well.
All right. Well, wait. We have our own caravan.
The war camp.
Boys,
Yeah,
Oh,
you
just
guys still have the
enough.
war can.
we don't. It
Well,
broke.
You guys got a new war can. Dan
It's
supplied a
2.0.
war can.
We never christened War Can 2.0. What did we call? Where are we calling this War Can?
We did, didn't we?
We? I don't remember.
Dan showed up with it while we were going to that town.
That's right. We give it a name?
War can
Just
too.
war
didn't we?
can.
We're calling it the new original War Can.
Super new war can.
Either way, I just need us to take a moment. War Can survived this city. Just you okay? Well, we should probably find somewhere to like, hey, for the night, and then probably talk to someone about like, gotta find this alkali research facility. Hopefully, one of the locals knows somewhere who to talk to. Oh, Steve, you're pretty good at talking to people. You wanna? hit 'em
All
up?
right. Yeah. Let's go to the first person that I see.
Well, let me put it to you this way, Steve. So you're not just randomly. I mean, unless you really, really want a random chance. But yeah, the several closest people to you. Obviously, one of them is going to be a fisherman loading up his barrel of fish onto the docks there, or rolling it. There's also a navy or a guardsman essentially standing by, kind of just watching everything. You've got a lady merchant who's carrying a stack of hay. Which one are you gonna approach, or do you really want me to throw a random die?
Which one is physically closest to me?
The fisherman.
Walk up to the fisherman.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Steve. We're with the Hunters Guild.
Are you sure about that,
Right?
son?
I don't know. I feel like I said different ones last time, and sometimes I was right. We're with the Hunters Guild. Where's the zombie outbreak at? Can you point us in the direction?
There's a zombie outbreak here. I can't help
Are you familiar with the alkaline research facility?
Oh, the Akala Research Facility? Yeah,
That's the one.
that's somewhere south of here. I can't help you more than that. There's a lot of people coming and going on different ships to that place. I always come back looking a little weird, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is there a Hunters Guild in this town by chance?
No, there is. Do you really know who you're working with, son? I'm getting a little concerned now.
Don't we have our like
It's the Hunters Guild, right?
status
Okay.
good in this whole continent area? Well, no, like in this region, Novar, right, Matt? Or is it only in
So
Nova?
wonder. I'm not gonna make you roll for it because by now the rest of you have. Oh, I told you what.
You told us that it was only good in a certain area. I just can't remember. Did you say it was Novar?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking a different question. Yeah, you guys are still in the country of Novar. You are senior operatives. You are still have the same powers and everything that you need.
Our status is only good in Novar.
Right. So you only have authority in Novar. But I guess I thought Steve was asking if there is a Hunters Guild here as well. And what I think, Steve, you were trying to ask was if there was a branch of the Hunters Guild here in Gosra's Wharf.
Yeah.
Which, if you are you at least trained in society?
I am.
You are
No,
untrained,
I'm
so
not.
you wouldn't know that answer.
Can I hear him and I can roll it?
You don't need to roll it. I'm just going to give it to you as long as you have it trained. There are no additional branches of the Hunters Guild. They just all go back to Alta Nova. Alta Nova's home base. The mercs can sometimes spend days or weeks out in the field. They don't have separate branches or offices elsewhere.
Steve, there's only an Altanova, dude.
Oh, so Kron really is the only guild master that we would be able to take
in
down
Novar.
if he went corrupt.
Only in Novar. I mean, there's literally other.
Yeah, but we don't have power outside of Novar, so
Yeah. True.
the only corrupt guild leader we could potentially take down is him. All right, got it.
But
Well,
yeah.
thanks for your help.
Good luck with that, sir.
Good luck with your fishing, man. I really hope you got a big catch today and get a big catch tomorrow.
Well, thank you. That was awfully kind of you.
Head over to the seamen.
There are plenty of seamen.
The one that you the officer there the
literally
seaman.
literally that seaman. Yeah, so you approach the guard and how's it going?
Hello, I'm Steve with the Hunters Guild. My friends back here are also with the Hunters Guild. We are
welcome.
looking for the zombies in Alkali.
Are you guys
Alkaline Trio zombies, where are they at?
Or Alcala? I don't remember.
I
like alcohol better.
believe you guys are confused. I think you're looking for Akala Research Facility.
That's the one.
Akala Research Facility, yes.
Akala.
Well, as far as where it's located, only a few people know. Unfortunately, I am not one of those individuals. I've been told it's one of the very southernmost islands, but they do transports about once or twice a day. Typically in ports 4 and 7, those two ships I've usually seen researchers and professors board those boats. But
For most islands,
we do have what?
For most islands.
What? Say that again,
Or
Peter.
that's where it's located at.
What is
The research facility? You said it's at the southernmost island.
Yeah, it's in one of the southernmost islands. Yes.
Got it.
But
What were the ports? Port 7 and
ports
7.
Ports 4 and Port 7 are
4 and
typically
7.
the two ships that I have seen professors and researchers alike board those boats. But I will say we did get a notice of quarantine. Not 3 days
That's probably
past.
because of all the zombies.
Yes, the zombies. I prefer to call them undead, but zombie is, I guess, another technical term you can call them. Either way, so unfortunately the boats have been docked, and unfortunately we cannot allow anybody to head to that island.
Even if you have
How far is it?
permission.
And as far as distance, son, I can't tell you. I've never been there. I don't know where it is. I don't know how to help you. I'm sorry. And what were you saying, Steve?
Just thanking you for your help and the information, and hope you have a great day.
You
Rest of your evening.
You as well. Enjoy it.
I'm gonna head over to dock 4 or 7, whichever one's closer.
At this point, yeah, it would be that fucking roll of dice. It's dock 4, we'll say, is closest.
All right.
But yeah,
See.
actually, first off, to even know, because the ports themselves aren't necessarily identified or aligned, so unless you have shipping lore and or want to make a society check for me, let's see if you can figure out which one is
Well, can
4.
I just ask the guy to point me?
You can if you would like to. You can
I'm
definitely
gonna
do
walk
that.
back to him.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, one more thing. Could you just point out which ones are 4 and 7 to me?